Hello everyone, welcome to our CSC 370 project. Tanjim from Group 1. Our project was to create a charity database system. Here, my part was to create the login, sign up and forget password page. So let's get started. Here we can see the login page. In order to log in, we have to create an account on this website first. So let's create an account. Let's just input a random username and a random password. Here we can select what kind, if either we want to donate or receive funds. So I'm gonna choose donor and sign up, and we're done. If we look at the database tables, let's just refresh it. We can see and that our newly created account is in the database with along its password and user type. Suppose I forgot the password of my account, so I can click here to reset the password. If we use a random username here and which is not registered in the database, it will not send any verification code. It says that user is not found. But if we input a username that is already in the database, it says that the user is found. So we use a verification code and confirm. Here we can reset the password. We just have to re-enter the username and update is successful. If we refresh it, here our password has been updated. Now going back, we can input our username and password, and here we go. Here's the donor index page. If we go back to the code, here we took to username and password as input, and before that we just created a connection between those. Here we check whether the username and password is in the database, then we return to a index page. Otherwise we return that the username is wrong or the password is wrong. The same process goes for the sign up. We just run a query to insert the values into the database. The same for the forget password. We just update the password in our database. That's all from me. Now I'll move to my group mate Abid for further explanation. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Abid Hossain. So let us check out what happens in the donor interface. So I've made a donor account already. So this is my donor account. Let's log in, and as we can see it is successful, and here is my ID. So what can a donor do? Basically a donor has to make donation. So if a donor chooses money and presses to proceed, what happens here? Check out the donation list to donate. So basically in this table what I did is I made a query, complex query here. What happens here is it fetches from the donation database all of the receivers that are currently available. So as we can see here, all of the receiver names and IDs are here. So what is happening here is basically I am making this donor index here. I am connecting with the database. I am selecting all from the database where utype is receiver. So fetch all receivers and make the query cons.query, and all of this fetching is done and it is printed out in this table. So fine, now we can do the transaction. Let's put a transaction here. Let's choose this receiver, and if we choose this receiver, let's put his name here. I've put his name here, and let's say amount is this, and transaction ID is, let's say, this one, this one. Oh, my ID should be the same. If I don't use the same ID and if some value is wrong, it will show enter valid information. Password also has to match. So I've handled all of those cases as well. So let's say, see, submit. Okay, nice. So it has shown us thank you, which means our payment was successful. So okay, fine, payment is successful, but what if I what if I can see the current payment, not in the database but in this here real time? So donor can also check his donation history. That's nice. So donor can see all of the histories that he has donated. So I've made all these queries, donated donations before. These are all the lists that have the donor named Abid has donated. So here is our latest insertion. This is the insertion that we made just a few moments ago. Here it is. Tada. So this is the donation history. So what else can a donor do? We have notifications history. Okay, so remember, receivers can also make requests for donation. So once a receiver makes a request, what I do is I show all the receivers that have requested. Not only all of the receivers, only those receivers that have requested. So this panel shows all of the receivers that have requested. So how much he has requested here will also be shown. This is also complex query we have, where I have inner joined the receiver table and the donation table here, and then made the query, and then here took it to the next page. So this is what happens here. And at the same time, I've also listed all of the receiver list here. So here it is. And since we've made two different tables for it, receiver and donation, so all of the lists have been shown here. So what else can a donor do? Of course, donor can make donation and communicate with other users as well as admin. So let's see, if I want to send a message to someone, let's say if I want to report something or message something, communicate. If we can do communication, that's very good, right? Hey, I am here. So let's say I am sending this to the admin. Message sent successful. So later I will show you that this has been successfully sent. So all of these tables have been shown. So let's see, if I want to make a donation using item, I can also see that. See, this is also the same as money donation. I want to fill up all of these boxes: product, quantity, address, ID, and I can confirm donation, and all of this will be saved here in the donation table. Oh, at the same time, if I want to see this donation history, we just donated a few moments ago using money. So if I want to see the tribal safety fund is this one, ID is 8180 here. So this just donation has been received here in this donation table using my ID. So here we have saved the donation we just made a few moments ago. So now let's go to the admin panel. Let's see if our message has been received or not. So let's go to admin, and then I can see admin. I have not inserted my password, so admin and admin. So here is my admin table, and inbox, here it is. Here is the here is the message I have sent a few moments ago using my donor ID, Abid. Hey, I'm here. So messaging also works pretty nice. So all of this has been covered using donor interface. Now the next part is receiver, which my friend will show. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Abid. As our charity database project has two types of user, and I will be covering the receiver part here. And we have already a user named Mukarram who has already signed up. So I am giving his password. So after clicking login, it has redirected me to this page where the unique ID of Mokaram has showing, and as we can request our donors for money or product, and as an individual or as an organization. So if we click on the individual button, so there will be a form. So we have to fill up this, our user ID. I can pick my user ID from here, and then I can put some random value here just for checking. My name is Saif Mokaram, and email something Saif Mokaram 24@gmail.com. And let's say we need some product. shirt, we need some shirt, and the quantity is 45, and amount I can also put any one of them as my required element. So for this time I'm giving both, and to my address I can put some random value here, and also I can put some value on put some words how why I need this amount or product. So after clicking submitting, it has added to my database. So if we can see our personal table, and the record has been already added here. Also, if we put we want to put request as an organization, it will be added to our organization table. So after this, we have also another feature called all the list of the donors who has signed up in this website. As an so I can see their name and IDs here. We have fetched from the users table. From the users table, who is U type is receiver. I have added here those name and IDs, and also there is a feature in messages where I can send message and take my inboxes also here, that other users like suppose here we have got a message from Saif, and other also we have seen the other message also. I can also send message here, and after this I can search the particular donor, if the particular donor is available in this website or not. Let's say if this user has I can check this user has been registered as a donor or not. So yes, user font and the username is Saif. And also I can check if the user not available in the website. Let's say I can put FIS. So let's see what happened. So the not found, because the donor with this name has not been registered here. So this is another feature, and I have also implement the receipt history here, where I can take the money, the details of the ID, name, and amount which have been sent to me as an receiver. I have got this amount of money from this user ID, this name. So I've also implement this uh, in this website. So after all this, I can go to the code part. As a receiver we have two forms we have already talked about. One is for control, one is for personal, and the other one is for we can, or as an organization we can receive check, we can request for money or product. And then we have also first we have implemented the search option, which I already have talked about. If the user has been uh, available in this website or not, we can check this from here and redirect it to the search donor and search donor not found file. So as the search donor file, we can fetch the donor name and then show it to the user. And also not donor, this code will say that there is no donor with this name. And also from receipt history I can take the I have fetched the donor name, which donor means which donor has sent this particular user how much amount of money, and which is his account number. And from account number means his unique ID. So I have fetched this from this table, from our table, users table, and then I have showed it to the user. And also after receiver request, so as a receiver I have requested the donor to give some money. So this query will insert the all the details of the personal user who is fill up the form to the to the table of the database, and also the organization table, the same code for our organization request. So that's all from this site. Next, next part will cover by Ananto. Thanks.
Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Anonto Shuvo, and I have covered the front end and the admin database of this Cherry database project. Now, if we go into our admin page, here we can see this is the admin interface. Now, here we have put three things. The one is the highest single donation made by a donor this year. That means in a particular year, who is the highest donor we are showing here. The admin can see this. Also, the highest donor has in overall cumulatively how much amount he has donated in a particular year is also shown here. We have also given a new table, that is the total number of users type and the number of users. We can see here there is an admin, there are 4 donors, and there are 9 receivers. Now we have also put a customized query where admin can make or execute his own SQL query here. Beside this, the admin has 4 different options, that is send message. An admin can message to a donor or receiver particularly for any purposes. So here is the page. Here we have to enter the ID to whom we want to send the message, the name, and the message type. If we go back now, the inbox. Now the receivers or donors may send their problems or anything to the admin. So this is a place where the admin can receive all the messages from the donors or receivers. Then comes a donors part. Here all the donors who are currently in this Chatty web database are shown here. There are currently we have given 2 entries, so these 2 entries are shown here. Also there is a table for receivers, that is what is the highest receivers, the amount they have received. Here we can see that Project Trishna Fund has received around 92,000, then Travel Safety Fund has got 80,000. In this way, in descending order, we have put in here a table. And also we have got a logout button. Now if we come here, let's go to the backend in the code. In our code section, we can see we have started a session here and we are reading data from the database. After that, we have created here some front end part. We have the tables, and here we have created the first query, that is in our table, which was the highest amount of a donor has donated. Here we can see we are selecting the donor ID, receiver ID, the amount from donation table, where we are searching the maximum amount from donation. In this way, the person or an organization who have donated the maximum amount of money is shown here. We are getting here. In the second table, in the same process, we have taken another query where we have given here the total amount has given in a year. Now we can see the query here, select donor ID, then the total amount of sum from donation table, that is we are selecting whom, we are selecting the person who has donated the maximum amount of donation, and then we are printing it. Similarly, in the third query, we have given here the users type, that is we have the number of users, that is we have 3 users, that is admin, donors, and receivers. Now judging their types, we are selecting the total number of people or users there are using the count function. In this way, we are updating on the websites. And that is all from me. Thank you.